daily live stream, and this period is for Vlogmas. So this is Vlogmas Day 8. Vlogmas Day 8. We started from day 1, December 1st, and we shall end this Vlogmas on the 25th of December, on Christmas Day. Yeah, so it's day 8, it's December 8, it's Vlogmas Day 8. How you guys doing? This evening, I want us to talk about how to basically overcome challenges with being consistent. You know, how to overcome the challenges associated with being consistent. You know how you have created a goal for yourself, something you want to do for yourself, and then you just find that you're not being consistent. Oh, you do it today, you're not doing it tomorrow. What then can you do? I have highlighted a few points that I want us to really talk about tonight, and I hope that you get one or two things from it. It doesn't have to be all the points that I'll be talking about, but at least pick one thing that you will run with, one thing that will work for you. And I am starting with number one, which is you going back to your why, going back to your purpose. Why do you want to do this thing in the first place? So let's take a goal, for instance. I want to study. So your goal is to study. Oh, I want to study every day. Oh, I want to study, basically, I want to study more about happenings in my field, or maybe the new trends, imagine, discuss topics, concept in my field of study. I want to get acquainted with that knowledge a whole lot more. So you have to go to your why. Let's start with your purpose. Why do you want to do this? I mean, why? Is it because you want to have better grades at school? Is it because you want to satisfy your curiosity? Is it because you want your parents to be proud of you based on the good grades, or maybe based on the kind of conversations you start having? What is your why? You need to go back to your purpose. Why did you create that goal for yourself? I think going back to your roots is something that is very important. It sort of gear you back, like it moves you back on track to remind you of why you started in the first place, and which is why it is important to start with the why, with the purpose. Why in the first place did you start this? Hi Ertin, I see you. How you doing? My name is Becca. If you're coming across this channel for the first time, I am an accountability coach and I film from Kaduna, Nigeria. Okay, so let's go to number two. Point number two is for you to set realistic goals. You see, sometimes we are not being consistent because it is not something that we can be consistent with. Let's just tell ourselves the truth. You're not being realistic. Sometimes the goals are too huge. Your goal is too big. It has no boundary. It has no scope. You did not define it well. It's not even smart. So it's not realistic. It's not measurable. It's just there. Big, fat, shapeless. It is so big. Oh, I want to finish a book, like finish writing a book and publish it, and this, that in 1 week. You think about it. I want to bring up the idea of a book. I want to finish writing it, and it's a big, big book. I want to finish writing this, let's say it's a novel. I want to finish writing this 300 pages novel in 1 week, publish it, do the book reading, the book launch. How does that even sound? Stupid, right? Yeah. Sometimes that is how we set our goals. So big that it lacks scope. There's no time bound to it. No time, no deadline. It's so huge that even sometimes we set a deadline that is not realistic. Like this deadline, like what I just did now. It has a deadline, right? But it's not realistic, does not make sense. But because I used a typical example, like a very simple typical example, you look at it like, nobody will think about that. But sometimes, these things this kind of example that I gave is what will make you sit and think, because that is what we do with our goals sometimes. It may not be as trivial, as very small and shady and so straightforward like I did now. But sometimes when we take our time and we sit back and analyze our goals, this is exactly what we do. It is exactly what we do. We just sit down and you know what? I can do this thing. When in real sense, in the real reality, in the bigger picture, when you think about it, it is not achievable within that time frame. Hi guys, I see you. FN Elite, I see you. Kumar, I see you. Terry Hall, happy birthday in advance. Kumar, I'm in Nigeria. How you doing? So we need to ensure that we set realistic goals so that we do not experience burnout, so that we do not create the inconsistency by ourselves with our own hand. Number 3 is for you to develop a routine. Like I will tell you all the time, I am a routine manager, I am a routine master. I am a believer, a firm believer in the power of routine. So if you say you want to write a novel, you want to read a book, break it down into routine, make it a routine so that it becomes part of you, it becomes a habit of yours. How can you break it into routine? It's either you choose a particular day in a week that you want to be doing this, or you choose a particular time in a day that you want to be doing it. And sometimes it could be maybe bi-weekly. It could be twice a week. It could be 2 weeks, fortnightly, every 2 weeks, depending on the kind of task, the kind of goal you're looking to achieving. And sometimes it could be something that is daily. Maybe when I wake up in the morning, I want to do that thing every day in the morning. Or in the evening before I go to bed, I want to do that thing every day in the evening. Let me give you a typical example. I want my skin to glow. I want to improve on my skin. I don't want acne to, bastardize my face. What do? I invest in skincare. I buy the product. But it is beyond buying the products. If I do not apply the product or apply them correctly or consistently enough, it would not work. So I have told myself when I get up in the morning, I'll have my bath and apply. Before I sleep at night, I will, even if I'm not having my bath, even if I'm cold or lazy or whatever, I'm not going to have my bath. I must take care of my skin, especially my face. So I must wash my face, apply the serum, apply the retinol, apply the cream, and go to bed. If I have to wear a mask, I'll wear the face mask and go to bed. So I have told myself I am going to do this, and I am doing it. That is what it means to create a routine. So I have created a routine around the skincare that morning and evenings, every day I must do it. That is a routine. So guys, if you're just seeing me for the first time, welcome to this channel. My name is Becca. I am an accountability coach. I hold you accountable to the goals you set for yourself, and I ensure that you do what you're supposed to do. So kindly like this video, subscribe if you haven't, and right now we are discussing how to handle challenges, affecting your consistency in achieving your goals. You set goals for yourself, you're supposed to be consistent with it, but you have challenges, you just find yourself not being consistent. That is a challenge. There are several challenges, right? So I am teaching you what to do, how to make sure that you can handle these challenges around being consistent. Okay, so we started with knowing your well, going back to your purpose. Then we went to setting realistic goals and SMART goals in general. Then we are currently discussing developing a routine. And next, number 4, we're going to talk about overcoming perfectionism. Some of us are perfectionists. Oh, we want something to be in this particular way. Oh, we want it to be really fine and perfect. No, nothing will be perfect. When you first get out to do something, it will not be perfect. You just have to keep going. So we need to avoid that perfect moment, that perfect mindset of how everything has to be so perfect. When you set out to achieve something, the first thing you want to create is habit, to get used to doing that thing. And you want to be consistent enough to ensure that you are achieving your goals and you are meeting your milestones. Because when you create a goal, you have milestones, you have things you're looking out for. So it's not about being perfect, and you have to erase that from your mind. Rohan, I'm in Africa. Number 5, you have to track your progress. Yeah, sometimes we're not consistent because we do not even have the habit of tracking our progress. How do you even know you're improving or not if you're not tracking your progress? And there are certain apps that you can use, in order to track your progress. Personally, I use a Microsoft to do app to do a lot of things. I use it to create different lists, to create reminders, to assign tasks to other people on my team, and of course to track as well. You can also use like live sheets, Google Sheets, live documents, excuse me, to actually do a sheet, design it to your taste, and track. Just ensure that you track as much as possible, because most times when you create a habit around tracking, it helps you to monitor your achievements and you identify areas that you need to improve on. So you really want to know, am I improving? Am I not? So by the time you track, you can check, okay, yesterday I did better. Oh, last week I was more consistent. So what happened last week? What habits did I inculcate last week that made me to actually do better? What was my schedule, last week? How did I manage my schedule that made me to, achieve this better? And then you can gauge and manage your lifestyle better. So that is why it is important that you track. The number 6, accountability matters. And this is where I am going to stop. Okay, maybe not stop, but this is where I'm going to really dwell, because I am an accountability coach. So I will tell you that accountability matters. There are three ways to look at accountability. Either you have an accountability coach, like myself, hand holding you, guiding you, or you have an accountability partner, like a friend, your spouse, you know, your colleague, someone that you know, that you trust, can hold you accountable. And finally, a community. Do you have like a mastermind, a support group, a group with your friends, your family members, a group where you actually receive some sort of accountability support, where they'll remind you of your goals, where they help you stay on track, where they can assist you in reviewing and seeing areas of improvement for you. For instance, I'm an accountability coach and I have a mastermind. I have a community where people actually provide check-ins, people provide check-ins on how they are doing so far as regards their goal for the year, and depending on the review period, and then people are encouraged based on their challenges and the progress made so far. They are encouraged on what to do, how to do it, and all of those. So if you're interested in joining my community, please let me know. You can reach out to me. This is what I do, this is what I know how to do best. Okay, finally, I believe that before you set out achieving your goals or trying to achieve your goals, you should also anticipate challenges, anticipate obstacles, and then you mitigate them ahead of time. When you know what risks you stand, when you know what issues you might face, then you would know exactly how to plan towards working around them. When you already know that, this period is cold, it's so cold, and I really want to do my early morning walks. You already know it will be cold. You already know that you probably want to stay under your sheets way longer than you should. So you plan around it. That is what it means. You plan around it so that you can still go out. I don't have said finally, but I still want to say this, and this is the fact that you need to celebrate yourself. For the little that you've achieved, please clap for yourself. Celebrate yourself. It is not easy. Some persons didn't even get to start at all. So the little you have done, celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself. You or not. It is important. It is important that you do all those small wins. Each milestone that you achieve, please celebrate it. Like, celebrate it, wear your badge of honor, because you deserve that. You deserve to be celebrated. And I want you to know something. That Becca, moi, this accountability coach, is rooting for you always. I am always, always, always rooting for you. Please do not forget that. I want you to shine. I want you to win. I want you to think about all of this and be glad that you gave it a try. I want you to know that you're not alone. There are a lot of people who want to do what you're doing. They probably are also struggling, so you're not alone. Don't think, oh, I'm not achieving this thing, I am useless, I'm not enough, I'm not serious. No, you're trying. Please give yourself a hug, give yourself a pat on the back and say, well done. Like, well done, Becca. Give yourself a hug like this, like squeezing yourself like this, and hug yourself, because you're doing your best. You're trying, and I am rooting for you always, because I believe in you. I believe that you can do anything that you put your mind to, and sometimes you just need to have a little faith in yourself. You need to believe in yourself. Like I always tell my students in school, I believe in you. Believe in yourself. I could have all the belief in the world in you. If you do not believe in yourself, it will amount to nothing. So you need to believe in yourself. Neela, I'm Crystal. I see you. How you doing? Say, are you native English? If not, how you improve your English? I like how you speak. That's so polite. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate kind word. I'm not native, but English is the official language of communication in my country. So I was brought up speaking English. So yeah, I guess that's it. It's not like I grew up and I did some sort of self-teaching. It's not self-taught per se, but I mean, I had to also improve on it beyond being taught in school and beyond the language being the major medium of communication. I guess it's something you can do for yourself too. From your name, I'm assuming you're coming from India and English isn't your official language. So if you really want to learn the language, I think you should watch English movies, watch English movies with subtitle. So when you listen to them, you can easily just read the subtitle, that kind of a thing. You can also read books in English, read novels in English. You can start with novels for children, so that the English will be really tiny, broken into tiny bits. And then you can read short stories, you can read articles online, and you can have friends who speak English and communicate with them regularly. I think those will help. I wish you all the best. I'm rooting for you, honestly. So, guys, thank you so much for joining this live stream today. I hope to see you tomorrow. Please, if you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe, kindly do so. If you haven't liked this video, kindly double tap your screen and like it. My name is Becca. I'm an accountability coach, and I live stream every day. I come here to talk about different topics. It's my pleasure to talk about this today, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have fun, and remember that I care about you. Bye.